300 years ago, the word pudding means something completely different than it does today. And cookbooks were filled of it. It is just dough that was cooked and using a wide variety of ingredients. And today we are going to make just such a pudding that you can easily recreate at home to get a taste of history. And these are the apples we are using today. They are very early ripe. This is in the end of July. They're starting to be ripe and they can only store for some weeks. But it's a perfect time to make the first apple pudding for this year. And yes, let's start. The recipe apple pudding came from the cookbook The Lady Assistants, a cookbook from 775. It's exactly 250 years ago, and I will read it to you. Apple pudding. Make a puff paste, boil it near half an inch thick, pare and core the apples. Fill the crust, grate a little lemon peel and a little lemon juice. In the winter it quicks the apples. Put in some sugar, close the crust, tie it in a cloth. A small pudding will take 2 hours boiling, a large one 3 or 4. In the beginning I core and peel the apple, and I take the smallest apple that I have found because for this dish I can make the apple very small. The bigger apple is good for other dishes too. I prepare so much apple that I need. I core, chop them in little pieces. You can use also bigger pieces or a half apple. I like it more if it's really small, it tastes better on the end. Then I take the cooking pot and put them on the fire that I can start to cook the water. When the water is cooking, and then I put my linen inside and cook them very short. After a few seconds is enough, and put them out and lay them on my board where I make the rest. And then I put a lot of flour on my linen, and this helps that the dough later will bake in the linen. It is go loose very easily. If there enough flour on top, then I put the puff paste there. Spread it a little bit that I have enough puff paste for the apples. The apples come inside the puff paste, and then I throw some sugar on top. These are very sweet apple. If you have more sour apple, you need more sugar. If you have very sweet apple, take less sugar. This is not too sweet on the end. Then I put lemon peel on top. I have just chopped some lemon. And then it's important to close the dough very tight because the puff paste is very sticky. It is very easy. I close everything very well. I close the lion through, make a nut on top, but I leave a little space inside. You see this is a little bit loose because sometimes the puff paste go a little bit up and go bigger. And then there is a little bit space in the lion dish. And then I put everything together in the cooking water. This will need, I think, 2.5 hours is my feeling. It's not a really small one, but it's not a big one. I will leave it for 2.5 hours, and I think then it is through into the middle. This is just waiting now. Be sure that it's cooking the whole time. The cook time was nearly 3 hours, a little bit longer than I was expecting in the first beginning, but then I have take the pudding out, and then I was surprised because the texture was very gummy like, and I was not sure will it flow out or stay it together, stick it together. And by the opening I was very unsure what I want to do with the pudding. Put them on the wood plate, deep stone jar, or put it on a flat stone plate, and you see what I have chosen. This was very undefinite, but this was done very sticky together, and I can push them over the plate and was happy that this all stay together. And then I cut a piece out and yeah, start to trying it. This is a very, very interesting taste. This is, I think it's also the apple that make the interesting flavor. If I don't know this is apple, I would recommend this is apricot. A very, very interesting dish. And also I have thinking maybe the puff paste don't look so good, but if you see this on the camera, you see the layers of the puff paste also. It's very interesting and really interesting taste. I can recommend. Try it out, make the recipe, and you can taste a little bit history. I never taste something like this before. It's very interesting. And if you want to go deeper in the 18th century, watch the next video that is here, linked in here. With every video what I produce, you will go a little bit deeper in the 18th century. See you soon.